Alright, I know what you're thinking. You're finally returning back to the Kuikatsu story. About damn time, boy. First of all, you don't have to get racist with me. Second of all, yes, it is about that time we do return to it. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been wanting to return to it for a minute because this Act 1 is probably my favorite part that I've written of this story. But definitely when it comes down to things, honestly, Act 1 was written back in May 23rd. Yes, it was that long ago. Why did I wait so long to do it? Again, a lot of things kept happening. If you haven't seen episode 17/18, because I mixed it together because it was a birthday special, I think what happened was that Shoko was going to fight Mari, and then Mari ended up, whooping Shoko pretty easily. Then Maki came through and, Lamine took care of her after she woke up from Shoko knocking her ass out. And that's when we finally learned about the multiversal essence that's going around. Kind of that thing that I stole. Pretty much it's a thing that it's something from every universe I stole to create the safe haven to give everybody, a way there, much less make the women to come there, honestly. So, that's how that goes. Much less, we got Shoko on her side, and Shoko was able to use her indomitability to basically get Maki to, calm down with that despair shit and actually, get on our side, essentially. And I think we also met up with Issei as well, and Jay and Issei had a confrontation because Issei's a bitch. And also we had Konako almost getting banged by Issei as well, but luckily I came in with the, I know I said Shoryuken, I know, it should have been more like a Tatsumaki Senpuken, honestly, but you know what, I just wanted to scream Shoryuken because I wanted to. Anyway, when it comes down to things, we saved Konako for almost getting her booty collapsed. Then I came in pretty much, saved Konako, so she's not filled with despair anymore. And then we just went on and have a whole nice smashing session. So, and that pretty much solved her problem of her being in heat. So, that's pretty much all I think I remember from what happened previously. So without any further possible adieus, let's just get it on because I'm really, again, excited for Act 1 especially. So Act 1, it begins off basically with the whole situation with Lamine trying to help Azia out, especially with her basically taking a commission from Zenobia and Irina. Well, more for Zenobia really, because Zenobia wanted to convince Irina that, the church ain't up to no good. And so that led Lamine to take the commission, as she usually does, and essentially try to figure things out, which also leads to figuring out that Issei actually does some beating of Azia, which is something that we cannot be having. So Lamine is just like, and so Issei hit you soon after? How long has this been going on? And so Azia has just been like, some weeks now. I just wanted to help him. I thought maybe I could get some advice from the church, but they didn't really help at all. And Lamine just like, I see. And so basically Azia is just like, the pastors weren't even concerned. They were so busy with other matters. What kind? Well, when I was looking through for some guidance, I heard them talking about some high schooler. Someone that was looking for funding or something? I'm not necessarily sure. And so Lamine is just like, high schooler, huh? And so Azia is just like, I didn't know what they meant, but it seemed serious. Almost as if they were hoping for something. And so let me just try to keep that in mind what Azia said. And so she's just like, let's not worry right now. Let's get you somewhere safe. You've been through a lot, okay? And so, at this current point in time, Lamine, after hearing all that, wants to go to that church and kind of figure out what the hell is actually going on. So, at this point in time, I'm actually on the hunt to take down Issei from clapping Konako's cheeks at the moment. This is what Lamine is doing at this current point in time while she going to the church to see what's going on. So, two stories at once happening at the same time pretty much. Anyway, in the present time, while Jay is on the move to stop Issei from screwing Konako, the bitch-ass bastard, Lamine ends up visiting the church where the pastors gathered, hoping to get information. Also, can I be really honest with you guys? I love this shot I did right here. This shot looks so damn good. Honestly, this was honestly kind of low-key intentional. The only thing I hate about this shot is the damn grass, and there's nothing I can do about the grass. But 100% with the actual headstone, honestly, the tombstone, that looks absolutely cool for a shot. Like, when am I ever gonna do shots like this? Anyway, she stepped in, and then she noticed how run down the environment really was. And so Lemmy was just like, why would they gather here? And so that's when a mysterious voice ended up appearing and went, ha! This won't do. And so Lamine looks around, and then Kodako, of all people, wanted to show up. She's like, ta ta ta! It is I, Kodako Utsugi. I used to be the little ultimate drama, but, well, you know. And so Lamine just like, who are you? And Kodako was in shock at her response. And so Kodako was like, impossible! How do you not know who I am? And so Lamine just like, I don't know. And so Kodako just like, I'm the fighter of the Warriors of Hope. Which is unbelievable. This is why I don't like you demons. And so she's like, anyway, it doesn't matter if you don't know me. It's unimportant. And so Lamine just like, wait, you're a fighter? I'm not fighting some kid. And so Kodako just like, you wound me! Calling me a child is like calling your own poo a salad! We are not the same! And let me just like, I honestly don't care. Where's Junko? And so she's like, and so basically, Kodako's just like, she's not here anymore. And she didn't tell me where she was off to, meanie. And then Lamine just like, then why come here? And so Kodako once again is just like, ta ta ta. Boy, you ask a lot of questions. If it means that much, then I'll tell you. Getting information out of a child like this, if you were a male, oh boy. And while she's saying all this, peep how there is someone that is just straight up watching this. Just keep that in mind, by the way. Anyway, Kodako basically explains, she's just like, the people here were sacrificing themselves and would pay huge amounts of moolah for blood rituals in Junko's name. It wasn't to save them or anything like that. It was really to create a huge disturbance of the spirit as much as possible. In the end, she told them they were useless and really just ended up killing those people for her amusement. So she sold the money and left. And so Lamine, just hearing all this, was in complete shock. Because, yeah, we heard some crazy things Junko has done, but this is another set of those crazy things that she has done now. And so Lamine just like, how could they do such a thing? And so Kodako just, the spirit makes people cuckoo. That's why it's so much fun. And so Lamine just like, there is nothing fun about what she did. I really get why she needs to be taken down now. And so suddenly, someone else joins in on that conversation. The mysterious person from before. And so she's just like, come on, this is annoyingly boring. Let me end this. And so Kodako's just like, aww, but I liked breaking her heart. And she just like, I don't care. And so she just like, so she continues on. And she's just like, I only came here because Junko promised me to help me find her. And so Kodako just like, yes, I know. Honestly, do you really tire of me that much? You were the one who insisted you should go. And so Lamine to herself, she's just like, wait a minute, who is she? I've never seen someone like her before. Could she be? And then Lamine just gets ready for the new girl because she's most likely have to fight her at some point, at this point now. And so she just like, so the new girl is pretty much just like, you really don't want this fight. You're going to die. And that's not something a hero from Teyvat should do. And so another new voice come out of nowhere, and it's just like, she's right. We need to get out of here. And a new voice, but familiar, comes to her aid. And it's Shinyan! Of course I have to throw Shinyan in here. You think I wasn't? You're insane. Anyway, so basically, let me just like, Shinyan? And so Shinyan just like, no time to explain, we gotta go. And so Lamine just like, wait, what's going on? Hey, wait! And so they basically run out the church. And so Kodako's just like, They ran away! We should. And then the other girl just like, no, let them go. Something this unexpected should be savored. Unpredictability is my kind of fun. And yes, that honestly, again, I really loved how I wrote that chapter because it was absolutely amazing. Also, yes, Xinyan is a thing now because I want it to be a thing. And as well as that, we also see this new girl. If you've seen possibly some things on Twitter, you know who this is. But for the people that don't know, I still like to keep it a secret, even though you pretty much kind of might figure it out at the end of this, episode. So yes, the new girl is here, and let everybody drop their pants because most likely I feel like a lot of people are going to just end up jacking off to this girl. So anyway, point is, we get into Act 2, and basically, after being separated from my girl Konako for so long, we ended up smashing all freaking day because we missed each other a lot. And so Konako was just panting, she's like, come on Jay, don't tell me you're tired now. I'm just like, I haven't had you in what felt like an eternity. Of course I'm not done. And so Konako's just like, then come catch this kitty. And so basically we started banging again. It was fun. Also, it was just a nice time, honestly. Have you felt the Konako's tightness? No, you haven't, because you never will. Anyway, so we just been banging on for a full day. And so as I'm trying to get her really good, I mean, look at her face at this point. Essentially, Shoko's just like, what's up? And essentially, Konako just went automatically out the mood. And so she was just like, why are you interrupting us? And I'm just like, yeah, not gonna lie, we're kind of in the middle of something. And Shoko's just like, yes, I can see that. So this must be the reason why you came to this world, to save this girl. I will admit, I thought Junko had a handle on her. And so Konako's just like, that bitch is never gonna keep me from my man. Ugh. Konako dominate me. Anyway, point is, I slap Konako on the ass because of course I can, and she actually loves that shit. Anyway, I'm just like, exactly. Now that I got her back, I really don't need to be in this world anymore. And so Shoko's just like, so that's it then? You'll just leave this world? Super naive. You won't be going home until you figured it out. And so I'm just like, what are you on about? I'll just leave like how we got here. Nothing much to it. And so Shoko's just like, that's not what I was referring to. But pretty much, at this point, I got my sexy cat wife. I'm pretty much good. I don't need to hear whatever Shoko is saying. So I'm just going to ignore her right now and try to whip everybody out of here with this despair that I have. But for whatever reason, the despair isn't working. And I can't just warp out of here like usual. And so I'm just like, wait. Why can't I? And then that's when Shoko comes in and says, I tried to tell you, you can't leave. Look, when I was with Junko, I remember something that she said about these worlds. Essentially, if a person in despair goes to another world, they will cause an anomaly to happen. Until the anomaly is taken care of, the person who came here in despair can't leave. So, the moment you step foot in this world, the anomaly started. It's also worth mentioning that if someone else in despair come here, they won't be affected. And so I'm just like, so I caused all of this? Damn it! And what's an anomaly? And so she's just like, well, it should be obvious. What's the most effed up and unnatural thing or person here that shouldn't be like this? And so essentially, I'm just thinking, in my brain, what is the most messed up thing here? Because there's a lot of things that was screwed up in this world, right? And so I'm just like, Issei. And so Shoko's just like, if you want to leave, you need to kill him. And so I'm just like, just kill him? Only just kill him? I've seen this world for over 6 years, and you think for the person I hate the most, I'm just gonna kill him? No. I want to enjoy this. I will make his life definitive hell. Yeah, I'm gonna go off the rails, honestly. Your boy is gonna go to a dark place, honestly. It's not gonna be a fun time for that man. Also, F that man. He doesn't necessarily need it. So we go into Act 3 to finally close out everything. And basically, Blue is just sitting in the cafeteria wondering about the plan to pretty much yeet Issei, because everybody in the whole group pretty much has heard what they gotta do at this point. But Shoko just comes through and she's just like sitting all by herself. I don't know why, that gave me straight up vibes of that one meme where she's just like,
pissing all by yourself, handsome?
Blue just not really saying anything because of course Blue doesn't do that. You know how Blue is. And so Shoko's just like, relax, I'm not here to conquer you, I just need to sit with someone. And so basically they sit together in silence. Anytime I feel like you talk to Blue or get around Blue, and if you're really trying to, vibe with her for a minute, there's gonna be a very long period of silence between the two of you for whatever reason. It just is how it is, honestly. Anyway, Blue basically asks, why ask for help in my dream? And so Shoko was kind of just looking all around at the moment, but she was like, I thought I could find someone. I was lost in what felt like limbo ever since I was sent here. Aratsu and Shunko found me. I didn't need your help. Some luck I got. I might as well consider the fact I'll never find my sister. And then that's when Blue's just like, sister? And so Shoko's just like, yes, as the last princess of, oh my gosh, I just wrote this name down and I do not know how to pronounce it in somewhat of a slight way. It's really just a phrase I made up. I don't know what, but anyway, basically Shoko's just like, yes, as the last princess of Chusoyoko, it's important that we find each other. Though, I guess going back home is impossible now. Just like finding her. And so, she just continues on. She's just like, I really wish I never had indomitability. Maybe my parents would still be here. I should have been crushed by it, not them. And now my sister's lost too. And so Blue just kind of sits there for a moment, paused, and then essentially she's just like, we'll find her. And so Shoko kind of just snaps back at her. She's just like, how can you say that? After all, I was Junko's. And then kind of stops herself for a moment because, she's kind of just making a realization of herself. And she's just like, is this pity? Am I being pitied? I'd rather you insult me with your words instead of false promises. And so basically they sit there for a long period of time again. And then Blue, for a person that really, hasn't said a lot, she's really saying a lot to Shoko. Have you noticed that? Also, it might have been to do with something with Jay's influence, because remember how, they had kind of went on that one date and, Blue kind of opened up about her past and stuff and how she was. Maybe Blue is somewhat learning from Jay in a way, because in this next line, she basically says, I promise, we should be friends. And so Shoko was shocked hearing that. She didn't say a word and basically sat there quietly, just not really doing much, but they were pretty much thinking to themselves, and they were just kind of just vibing on. And that's essentially where we're gonna stop the story for today. Yes, I know, crazy, right? Not ending it on a crazy ass note, but remember, this is a story, things take time. Also, we ended it on a crazy note last time, so I feel like we can end it on some type of somber note, I guess, here, if I even use that word correctly. Anyway, point is, this was good to come back to, honestly. I felt good to record this video today, so that's why, this is happening today. And honestly, when it comes down to things, I absolutely love the fact that now I get to, blend Shoko and Blue together, kinda in a way. At least start them out in some shape and form. Now they can kind of start slowly becoming friends in some shape and form, at least. And obviously when it comes to the whole explanation with, the despair and how the worlds work, it's a lot to, honestly, I had to kind of go back and kind of figure out how I want to do it. But to be perfectly honest, the most part of it is true. Essentially, yeah, if you do go into a world and you're literally in despair, you won't be able to leave until you fix the problem. And it's a weird way of how it's done, but it is a way that can be done, honestly. And there's probably multiple ways you can fix an anomaly. You might not even have to kill anybody. You could just probably just put them somewhere else and then let the universe do its thing to fix itself. Who knows? It is what it is when it comes to it. There's a lot of things. Also, when it comes to Kotoko now finally being in play, she's actually feeling like, there is some weight to Kotoko this time around, honestly. And this is the one, and I will spoil this in some shape or form. This is the one thing, a major thing I want to do. I want to tackle Kotoko as a character, especially because remember in UDG, a lot of the times when we saw her, she was mainly used for some lolly fan service, and while the fan service was good, it kind of made a damper on her character. And this time around, I kind of want to try something in a way where at least in that part, where we get to that part of a story where we get to deal with Kotoko, I want to try to make her character a bit more better. And then if I even do fan service in some type of shape and form, it will be after her situation, whenever that happens. So, I would definitely want to tackle Kotoko's part with absolute care if I can. And obviously the new girl, who seems to be looking for someone as well, is, pretty stellar. Honestly, she's looking pretty bad. I definitely would like to see some fan art of that character. But anyway, point is, it seems like she's looking for someone, as well as it's revealed that Shoko is looking for her sister. They couldn't be looking for each other, could they? No, that's too simple. But is it though? Anyway, point is, there's a lot of stuff going on in this episode, but I hope that you enjoyed it, and hopefully we can kind of get back on a somewhat consistent path of Kokatsu story, because it's been 3 damn weeks, pretty much gonna be 4 weeks since the last time we did this, so it's a bit loopy and crazy, but hopefully you are excited to get back into it. But that's pretty much it for this one, so hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification when you're out. Also follow me on Twitter, and if you'd like to donate to the channel, Patreon is available as well. Now until then, it's your boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.